Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-da. Let's all go to the game store. Let's all go to the game store. Let's all go to the game store and buy ourselves some swaggity swag 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 if it's on the shelves. Good morning and welcome. Hello, my lovelies. It is I, the OGGM, coming to you live at 8:16 in the morning, and this, the 8th day of May 2024. It is 54 degrees and sunny here at Site B, though there is some haze, so whatever. Apparently, Streamyard is down. At least mine is today, so I'm using Control G, the built-in video game recorder, for this. I already tested it, so you should work. It's fine. Just means you can't comment on it, and you don't get to see my face, but who cares? All right, it's time to head on over to our friendly local game store, if you're lucky enough to have one. And we do have some friendly local game store news in just a second. And that friendly local game store actively supports tabletop role-playing. But, if I mention a product that you like, call ahead and make sure they have it in stock. Don't go down there and get angry at them. That's my target story, right? And if they don't have it in stock, either ask them if it's in special order or ask them if they know somebody who does. That's my Miracle on 34th Street story, right? If you haven't heard that story, that's from when I worked at Target forever. People would call and ask something was in stock. I'd say no, and they'd get angry and say, but the ad says, and I would just, say, you know what? The ad says it's in stock. It doesn't say it's in stock at this Target. That's how they get around the whole false advertising thing. That means that TV is at a Target somewhere, but do you know how many Targets there are? Like a couple 100,000. How about I call another Target and see if they have it in stock? So there you go, my Target story and my Miracle 34th Street story. Anyways, let's take a look. For Troikia, we've got Pax Reptalian and Hodl, H-O-D-L Island. This is from Exalted Funeral. This is for the very weird acid punk fantasy game of Troikia. If you want to check out my friend Ra Rasputin, he used to do a ton of videos on Troikia. And my other friend Aaron the Pendantic, he used to do a ton of videos about this setting. So yeah, Pax. Hello? Yes? No? Install browser protection? No, please go away. Pax Reptilian seems to be an adventure filled with puns and gags and cryptids and whole things, a bunch of other stuff, including aliens. So it seems like it's a monster book. It's $20. You can get Wretched Beastry, which I wrote, which is also a monster book and features the exact same things, including visual gags, puns, NPCs, cryptids, and slimes. So just saying, if you wanted to get a monster book, you could get that one. And Hodl Island is a island adventure. So Jungle Pirate Dinosaur Island, which I love, Jungle Pirate Dinosaur Island, and this is just adding a level of the weird wackiness that is Troikia. From Renegade Game Studios for G.I. Joe, a real American hero, for $45, we have the Quartermaster's Guide to Gear. This explains a lot of the weird gear you might see in G.I. Joe, where it comes from, who's responsible for it, and whose job it is just to keep rebuilding this stuff after G.I. Joe or Cobra explodes it. I mean, how many hisses did you guys go through this episode alone? So yeah, if you're looking for a book of just pure G.I. Joe goofy gadgets, this one's for you. You could probably use it for any game that's set in the same world type tech level. That's Saturday morning cartoon logic. From Exalted Funeral, we have the Sunrise Limited for 3-2-1 Action. It's $35. It is a Wild West game. So, but not Weird West, just normal West. It's a death-defying train heist. Similar to the train heist episode from, Serenity, Firefly, whatever you want to call it. $35 for a train heist. It's a hardcover adventure. It's for the 3-2-1 Action 7 game. If you're not familiar with the 3-2-1 Action game, you can find out about it on the Exalted Funeral site. It's their fast-paced RPG system that's sort of just their generic core rules for when they're not making stuff for something else. And it's available on their website for for $0. I guess it's a free PDF. For D&D 5e, we've got 2 Munster books from Legendary Games. We've got Mother of Munsters, False Prophecies, and Mother of Munsters, Threatened Democracy. These are both about $20. Mother of Munsters, False Prophecies, an adventure, and part of an ongoing adventure where you travel around the Kagari Islands and do stuff. This is sort of their Greek-themed, see the Greek there, the Greek theme, the Greek-themed adventure path that they've been working on. What if D&D was written based about Greek myths instead of Lord of the Rings and King Arthur? You know, that thing. And then A Threatened Democracy is another part of the Mother of Munster Greek-themed adventure path for 5e. So this is official canon 5e. Technically, maybe it's third-party 5e. Legendary Games makes some usual good stuff. So there you go. Check it out. Greek-themed 5e. Maybe Greek mythology is a better setting for 5e. I don't know. From Space Penguin Inc., congratulations, you win this week's prize for Best Name of a Company. We have In Other Waters, Tidebreak, and it is a supplement for Mothership. There are more Mothership supplements / hacks / adventures than there are actual Mothership product. $20 for some underwater exploration themed on some of the old video games, including apparently there was a video game called Tidebreak. I don't remember that one. I remember a lot of underwater exploration, underwater horror games. I don't remember Tidebreak. I do remember Blue Planet, which I absolutely loved. So here we go. It's sort of a Mothership take on the water world, Avatar. What if most of the planet was water? And, you know, because the only thing scarier than space is maybe water, right? I mean, there's shit, the underwater, I don't even go in the ocean anymore. And I rarely even go in a pool. I mean, the shower is about all the water I need these days. So, yeah, let's just combine 2 frightening things. From Rowan, Rook, and Descartes, we have Conspiracy Handbook for Spire. The City Must Fall for $18. It's a source book for Spire, the city, and featuring a whole bunch of new NPCs, locations, skullduggery, advancements, stuff like that. So if you're familiar of the Spire setting, which is, you know, gotten a lot of good positive word of mouth over the years, check this out. Here's one we probably all recognize, RuneQuest! From Chaosium, we've got a whole bunch of RuneQuest stuff. We've got Cult of RuneQuest Mythology, Cults of RuneQuest, the Lightbringer, Cults of RuneQuest, the Prospedia, Prosopaedia, and Cults of RuneQuest, the Earth Goddess. These are all hardback, leather embossed, gold filigree source books. For the Cults of RuneQuest books, they are $90 each. I'm sorry, that is too much money. I love you, RuneQuest. I love you, Chaosium, but nope. From Dyskami Publishing, Dyskami, Dyskami Publishing, we have Season 1, Urban Warfare of Absolute Power. This picks up where the Absolute Power core rulebook wears off. This is for the Absolute Power, was the reversion of the Sentinels role-playing game, which was a superhero game that came out early in the OGL wars. Wasn't a very good game, and I haven't heard anything really good about this one. So if anybody has had a chance to play Absolute Power, and if they have anything good to say about it, $50 for a source book of NPCs, and seems a little pricey to me. Especially, you know, all my superhero stuff is way cheaper than that, like $8. I mean, you should just go to drive-thru and pick up Fresno, Nevada for me because it's free. Maybe this. Maybe that. Nothing really stands out to me this week, but what I think doesn't matter. What do you think? If you like any of the titles I just mentioned, call ahead to your friendly local game store and see if they have them in stock. And if they don't have them in stock, ask them if they can special order it. Or you can completely ignore everything I just said for the past 10 minutes. Go to lulu.com, check out each and every issue of the Wretched Vigilantes storyline, or go to Drive-Thru and pick up for the very first time my product available on Drive-Thru, the Fresno, Nevada sourcebook for Wretched Vigilantes, and that's pay what you want, so you can get that for fucking free. There you go. All right, that's it for direct game store news. We'll be back momentarily with some other news. Until then, let's